I'll welcome you all on behalf of the Embassies of Israel in Warsaw, in Prague, in Budapest, and Bratislava, that are the organizers of the Startup Bootcamp in the V4 countries. And we have a great guest today, speaker and acceleration guru, as he is called, Tal Catran. Tal, I want to, before I give you the floor, I want to remind you all that you are more than welcome to ask questions. You can ask questions here if you're here with us on Zoom. Just raise a hand, and if you want to ask questions and you're watching us live on Facebook, please just write in the comments the questions. We'll try to answer them in the end of the session in the Q&A part. Tal, I'm giving the floor to you, and you can start sharing the screen with the presentation whenever you decide. Okay, please.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Can we just get out of this? We're not in presentation mode right now, right? I'm seeing everyone here, so I'm seeing like just a few. So are we expecting more people to join us? Yeah, no, I'm saying we expect more to join, I hope.
Yes, we are expecting more people. It usually takes them around 10 minutes to join.
So you want to go right ahead? You don't want to wait?
Yes, we should begin.
Okay, can I please ask just the people to open their cameras so I can see who I'm talking to? Is that allowed, or is that okay? I hope with everyone. It's like a little bit important for me to see your faces. I don't go so much for the hearing, I just go more for the eyes. So I can know if you're interested in what I'm saying or you're completely bored, and we can go somewhere else. So first, again, I want to thank everyone. I mean, the embassy, Tal, Emil, the embassy here and there, everyone with the Israeli flag, I want to thank you. And I want to thank you guys also for joining. Probably you had something more important to do today. Still, you give me your attention, and I really thank you for this. And I'm not being cynical, because for some of you, this is going to be maybe a little bit stressing kind of a webinar. I want to tell you right off, there is no test, there is no homework you need to give me, and I just want us all to enjoy. I mean, this needs to be a great fun of a webinar, and hopefully it will also teach you a lot. When I teach, when I speak, I bring myself. I bring everything that I have as my experience, okay, into the picture. So what I'm sharing with you actually comes from, I don't know, about 3,500 startups I worked with. Is that a big enough number for you to be convinced I know what I'm talking about? Still, it will be how I see things in my eyes. There will not be any arguing. It's because what I say is right. So also this we can put aside. You don't need to quarrel with me. I will always win. So for that fact, I want to say that don't use the chat too much. Okay, meaning please go live, go on mute and ask me any questions. You can believe me that I know this kind of lecture by heart by now, just by doing it like 1 billion times over. Okay, and I will not take you too much into what I know. It's because I know you are all well prepared and you read about me and you know what I do. So I don't need to present myself. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know, Steve Jobs, or no, Steve Jobs is dead. Bad example. But probably other people that you're familiar with don't go on stage and present themselves. You know, you go just, yeah, I know you. So this should be the same. So first, go ahead and ask. But I don't know how well you know one another. And just might be in a group of, we are now like 19. So might be in a group of 19 people. Maybe some of you can help others. Maybe some of you can offer something and then in return ask for something. So I do want you to use the chat for this. I want you to open the chat and present yourself, not a story, okay? 2 sentences. maybe your LinkedIn or something that will help others say, wow, I heard your comment, you're very interesting. I want to reach out to you offline after this event. How do I do that? So you will be there. Second, you can also offer your help. Very successful deals are done when you are first to offer, okay, before receiving, before taking. Please offer. So also use that. In a way, our country, Israel, the great nation of startups, you know, startup nation, we learned that one of our biggest difficulties is not raising money or money. Come on, we're Jewish, we're rich. Money is no issue in Israel. Problem is the market. For us to reach the market is very difficult. Let's be honest here. Third of the world doesn't want to talk to us. The other third boycotts us. So we are left with a very small portion of the world. Meaning, whomever reaches out to us and say, I want to talk to you, really interests us. And we want to talk to them. When you talk to Israelis, you don't just get our technology, you also get our knowledge, our skills, okay? Again, networking, we don't maybe have so much because you come from countries, everyone speaks to you. And you're not afraid of anyone, Russia, but you're not afraid of anyone. I mean, why should you care? With us, it's very much different. And we had to adjust. I don't know if you ever heard or maybe ask yourself, why is Israel called the startup nation? Well, for a fact, per million, yes, we have the largest number of startups. But actually, that's not the reason we are a startup nation. The fact is, we were established as a startup. As you know, every startup, I would assume some of you have teams, or maybe most of you are by yourself. Any of you here on the screen that I see right now, do you have a team member? Do you have a co-founder? One I see. Thank you. Whom else? Oh, okay. The rest just don't open their cameras. So I don't know if I should guess. All those snobs, please open your cameras. Stop hiding. We will get to you. Thank you. So what I want to say is that in most cases, it's like this. We start with a one person, we call him CEO, visionary, whatever. That's usually the guy that has the great idea. The person, I mean, men, women, has the great idea. No technology knowledge, no ability to perform or to develop his idea, but he has a great idea. He is most cases the person who knows how to speak, the one that doesn't shut his mouth, the one that will be responsible for raising the funds, for instance. He's a people's person. You know, he speaks to a wall. He has no problem communicating. Then he needs someone, his CTO, the one who can actually take those mumbling, blah, 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 and make it into something, which is the big challenge for any startup. So any startup that you would know, any startup founder like you guys, knows the difficulty, knows the challenge of finding his technology partner. Very difficult. And you know what is more difficult is the fact that since you as CEOs in most cases know nothing about technology, you are relying your entire future on a person that can say tomorrow, see ya, don't want to see ya. And that's it. What do you do then? I mean, he takes everything and he's gone. What are you left with? Big intentions and zero everything else. So CEO and CTO on a regular basis, when they walk the street, they have nothing to talk to one another. One is a visionary flying 8,000 feet in the air. The other one is very much on the ground. The other one, the one that is flying, thinks, hey, I can fly, where his CTO says to him, enough, you can't fly. So when these two come together, think about the tension between them. CEO says to CTO, listen, I want to raise the money, right? Give me something. Can you make this MVP for me so I can reach out to the investors and show them? CTO answers, sure, just get me the money and I will prepare the MVP. So again, on a daily basis, it doesn't make sense for them to be together. You know, one of the most asked questions I get is, Tal, how do you differentiate between a startup and a small business? Because we in Europe, we consider, when you say startup, but we think also a small business is a startup. What's the difference? Again, you don't ask Israelis. You know, the number of startups currently, like 2019, is estimated at 8,500 startups. We are a nation of 9 million. By the way, it's not that 9 million people have startups. The entire ecosystem of high-tech companies and startups, when you count number of people, is estimated at, throw a number, every number is right, let me help you, 350,000 people. That's the ecosystem of Israel. 350,000 people. The entire ecosystem. So you understand how small the number is, and still 8,500 registered startups. Not talking about the ones bootstrapped at home, not LTDs. Okay, that's the number. And about 1,500 new startups are opened yearly. We don't speak about the 500 we close yearly, only the open. We're always optimistic, okay? We don't speak about the hardship. As you know, the rate of success for startup is about 4%. 4% of startups make it through the first year. Guys, you're all gonna fail. How's that to begin with? Hi, I'm Tal. You're all about to fail. What's the sense of starting a business? 96% you're gonna fail. If I'm an investor, why should I give you the money? The money is safer under my floor instead of your hands. 96% of failure. So just to close the loop, the difference, I think, is between a startup and a small business is that any small business that you would to open, maybe not every, but most, are opened by a person that is coming from within what he opens. Meaning, if I used to be a barber intern, I will have a barber shop. If I used to be, I don't know, cosmetician or helping someone, if I used to be, I don't know, a doctor in the gut, I will have my own clinic. It's like this. People open small businesses from what they have in their past. Show me a startup that really opened the business coming from within the business. The only thing a startup brings is, I know about the problem. I have suffered the problem. You don't come from the profession. You come from the problem. And you develop technology. Again, the risks of opening a startup are huge. Still, there are those crazy persons, namely you, that think someone needs to do something about it. And this is where you drag yourself out of bed, you take a second job, you put mortgage on your home, you go to people that you know for 5 minutes and ask them for $1 million. What nerve do you have to reach someone you don't know, pitch to him 5 minutes and say, I want your $1 million. What the hell are you? Still you do it. This is why you are a different breed of people. This is why if you ask any technology company, R&D manager, engineering manager, you ask them, what is your preference when you look at CVs of people to employ? He will say entrepreneurs. Find me, please find me one bad example, one bad character of an entrepreneur that you can mention. You can say, entrepreneurs is bad because. Find me one example. Let me help you. You can. Everything is good. Everything is positive. You are creative, self-sufficient, self-reliant, independent, leaders, movers, shakers. You push mountains. You are everything which is good. You know the Hebrew word chutzpah? You heard we say chutzpah? Maybe chutzpah is not that good. But other than that, you're perfect. Everyone wants you as a worker, as an employee, as a manager. But let me remind you, the reason you became entrepreneurs, you don't want anyone to boss you around. You don't want anyone to tell you when to wake up in the morning, what to dress, go to work, don't go. You want to be for yourself. Let me just remind you, if you take $1 from me, you work for me. Just when you're fundraising, just remember, why am I fundraising right now? Because I know I'm going to take $1, and from this second on, I'm going to report to someone else. Just having this in mind. How is all what I'm saying connected to storytelling and presentation? Because this is what I'm doing right now. I don't have a presentation. I'm the presentation. Why the hell should you get to a meeting with an investor and pull out your laptop? What's the sense? He's investing in your laptop. Do you own shares in Microsoft when you open a PowerPoint? Why should you take the laptop from the suitcase or from your briefcase? Why? Why? It gives you power. You connect to the electricity here. No sense. Investors invest in you people. It's because you're the one signing the contract. You are the one answering questions. Your technology, as sexy and brilliant and amazing and disruptive and whatever word you want, is great. The one thing it can do, it can speak, it can raise money for itself. It needs you. And this is why investors invest in people. It's that simple. Your investor, not 99%, 100%, listen, 100% of your investors will never download your app, will never use your technology. Doesn't interest them. I see startups pitch to me about, well, I have a technology for a bus. Are you serious? I'm 50. The last time I was on a bus, I was 11. Were you talking to me about a bus? I need a bus. I have my own jet. I need a bus. How can I relate? I don't know. I don't understand. But hey, you need me. I don't need you. I need you to step away from me. Maybe you have corona and you're spitting on me. This is what I don't need. Understand that investors are people. And because investors are people, you know how to work them brilliantly, like you work yourself. Startups, in most cases, when you say to people startups, they think technology. I think startups are, first of all, people. It's all about people. People are the one creating, developing, manufacturing. People are the one investing in people. People are the one using what other people developed and sell them. It's all about people. Thank God it's still about people, not about the machines. If it was about the machines, we would not have this conversation. You were all out. I don't know your ideas even. I don't know what you have, but I want to tell you that those of you who will not take this opportunity today and present to me while being on Facebook Live, you don't pay for publicity. Everyone watching you is actually watching me. They didn't come for you, they come for me. They all want to see me because I'm the one doing the talking. You are one doing the listening in the faces. And I hope you don't do anything else. The publicity that you can take right now puts you in a different position. Why is it? Why would you like to be the ones coming to a conference, sitting in the dark, no one sees you, instead of being on stage? And what we are giving you right now is this opportunity to say, you know what? Maybe I'm not that. This is how you will start. You will say to me, well, Tal, I just want to say, we want to apologize. We are not so ready. Did I ask you if you're ready or not? Did I ask you? Do I know if you're ready or not? I'm sorry, this is not the last version of presentation. So why are you here? Why are you here? You drove all the way to see me and you did not come with the last version? What's wrong with you? Why should I invest in you? You're cuckoo if you don't come with the right presentation. But why share it with me? Why do you all feel to be so sincere and tell me everything I don't want to know? Switch. We are flipping the disk. Most of you are young. You don't know there was a disk. Flash drive today. I don't know, USB. Change your mindset. Now you're smiling. Now it's a great stand-up. You didn't know you signed up for a stand-up, right? Tal didn't tell, the embassy didn't tell you. Well, we keep surprises. This is Israelis for you. We don't tell you where we're coming from. We just all over you. So again, you need to fight for the opportunity, and you need to follow the right people, and you need to listen. I don't need to make publicity because in a second you will see it in the chat. You will have all the links to my life. You can see my shoe size if you want. Everything is on the internet. I don't hide, but I do teach. I do teach. And what I teach comes from experience. I didn't read a book, Startup Nation book, to tell you how it is. I'm living that day to day. Guys, I have 6 running accelerator, 6 running now at the same time here in Israel, 70 startups. Moti, say hi, is one of them. He's just a stalker. He's after me wherever I go. He wants to be there. Good for him. This he wants to learn. Great. I'm all for it. In some cases, you will see startups going through one cohort to the next cohort, from one accelerator of mine to the other. They don't get enough. I hit them, I beat them, they want more. Why? Because, I mean, you know, we say it's easier when you train. I mean, tougher when you train, it's easier when you fight. That's the methodology we have it in Israel. So yes, please fight for the opportunity to pitch today. Take everything, you know, with a bit of humor. Don't be so serious. Don't be so European on me. Smile a bit. I don't go for your faces, you know. I mean, I'm here to do what I need to do. By the way, I'm getting a $1 billion here for this. So I'm also getting rich. So you can use my time as much as you want. And by the way, you are invited to stay in touch with me. So this is part of the storytelling. It starts with self-consciousness. You, the ones that will present today, anyone here is convinced enough that he wants to present to me today and maybe make it alive? Some of you will not make it alive, but the ones who will. Anyone here is about to pitch? You want a show of hands who wants to pitch today? Don't embarrass me. 1, 2. Moti, enough. Whom else? That's it. I didn't convince you enough. I will try a little bit more. And I will say this, self-consciousness. You know the phrase, you need to be in the room, you need to bring yourself into the room. So let me tell you, you, in your case, because you're all young and still not that experienced, you don't wake up in the morning and do a presentation. It doesn't work like this. You need to be in the zone. Meditate, yoga, Pilates, I don't know, burn a candle, do something, but you need to be in the zone, like a player goes on court. By the way, you do what we call the presentation, meaning you are presenters equals actors. You are actors. And your investors and your audience, whatever who they might be, came to see a show. They could be anywhere else. They could go to the cinema. They could be in dinner, in lunch. They can be with their kids. Instead, they came to see you guys. So you need to present. You need to act. A, consciousness. Bring yourself to the room. Say to yourself, oh my God, all these people came to see me. I can let them down. I can fail them. I can say, oh, by the way, I didn't bring the right presentation. Think about your audience. They look at you and say, are you for real? Do you see an actor go on stage and say to the audience, by the way, I didn't learn my lines, so I might not say everything right? Any sense in it? No. So you don't. But you bring yourself. First of all is how you look. Girls, Pantene Pro V and all this, look nice. Show that you guys, you know, beards, trim them a bit, hair and all, I don't have, so no problems. But with you guys, get yourself ready. Dress accordingly. Show respect. This is how we test people. We look at them. First of all is look, you can't change it. Then from the second you come in contact, when eyes meet, this is when the show starts. The curtain is lifted. Whatever you do from this second on will be forever remembered by your audience. Whatever you do right now, everyone sees. From the minute you decide for some reason to open your laptop. Of course, because this is the routine. Everyone expects you to get into the room and open the laptop. How about you don't open the laptop? And the question comes, you have a laptop? Yes. Do you want to open it? No. They go, wait. That's weird. Are you okay? You're feeling okay? You don't have battery? We can give you electric. No. Don't need the laptop. I'm the presentation. Why do I need all the words behind me? No need. What happens when you show your presentation? The one with all the words behind you. You stand with your back to the audience and you read them like they're imbeciles. They cannot read by themselves. They need you to read because you read so nice. No, they don't need you to read. They read faster than you. By the way, you know the problem that when you read, try it. When you read, you actually hear yourself read. This is how we are built. Okay, this is how we are. When we read, we hear. So I cannot read and hear you. This or that. So what do? You let them read and you speak. They can do. You play your video. The video has sound and music, and you speak on the video and explain the video. So why did you bring the video? Why do you think you need to explain everything? Think this way. So now we're in the room. We are very aware to ourselves that everyone is looking at us. They don't want us to fail, by the way. They want us to succeed. And we are getting ready for the presentation. We stand. By the way, if you stand and the presentation is behind you and you see light in your eyes, probably someone doesn't see the presentation because you're blocking the projector. Just a neat trick, I'm telling you. Light, move aside. No light, everyone see. Just like that. Then you need to speak to the audience. By the way, in most cases, you have a screen before you. I want to let you on a secret. Whatever you see on the small screen before you is exactly like behind you. No, people don't know it. Please don't tell it to others. Because most of you need to check. They see the slide and they look, oh, yeah, it's the same. And you don't get convinced even after 10 slides. Enough. Now you're laughing. Well, if we were now in reality, I would show you that you're laughing and still doing it. Habit. It's a habit. But think if you ever saw a presentation when the person didn't even turn one time, and whenever he clicked, the slide really changed and he spoke to the audience and you went, wow, he is a pro. What pro? He's just not looking back. He knows. He turns because he sees it on the screen. No, he's a pro. Oh my God, he's a god. He needs to teach me. Enough. Get serious. So you're now in the room and you're playing your slides. And I don't know if you're prepared on the presentation, but maybe we have time. Let me just go briefly on the slides I think you should have in your presentation. So your first slide will be probably the name. By the way, name. WHR2 is not a name of a startup. Okay? Pick your life. So. Okay? Then under the name, you have slogan. If you are manufacturing shoes and your slogan is don't go barefooted, you didn't really add much I understand you're selling shoes. This is why you're saying don't go barefoot. It's clear. It's too simple not to say stupid. Okay? It needs to make sense. It needs to make sense. It needs to be a little mysterious. It should hint about it, or it should be clear. But then remember, now you have two options. You have a name, whatever, and you have a slogan. One of them would be clear enough to say, this is my project. This is what I'm working on. And by the way, that's the only thing you will have on that slide. Then what happens? Because you're not well trained, you start your presentation, you go first slide, you show it, you say it, and you continue. The one thing that doesn't move is that you forget to go to second slide and you speak. And the investors look at you and they say, what's going on here? They're speaking about the problem right now, because you know after this comes the problem. And you don't change. Again, look at the screen and remember you need to change the slide. And then you go for the problem. You are a startup. You have one problem and you have one solution just because you cannot afford more than that. You're poor. That's the truth. Enough. One problem solved by a one solution. The fact that your problem relates to this and this and this, and by the way, this and this and this, is too much. A problem would be a sentence and a photo explaining the problem, not 10 bullets. Done. If I take you have how long to pitch? A 3-minute or a 5-minute? How much do you usually pitch? How long do you usually pitch? Just show me a number. 3 minutes? 5? Okay. I will go for the 5. By the way, 5 is more common. 3 we do when we have a big number of startups and we don't want to kill the investors from boredom, so we go 3 minutes, okay? But otherwise it's 5 minutes. On the 5 minutes, you need to speak about 45 up to 45 seconds about the problem. Now the problem needs to come from a story. This is what we call storytelling. Why? It's because we people love stories. This is why when we take the kids to bed, we tell them a story. It could be reading the newspaper, it could be telling a fairy tale, but we tell stories. Stories puts us in a mindset. We can dream about what we say, we can relate. There are certain hormones in the body, in the brain, which are secreted during telling the story. How do I know? Well, very simple. If I were to tell you about a group of people that got lost in the desert and they walked for days on end and they didn't find any water, and some of them started to actually die and people were still searching for water, probably at this stage, your lips and throat goes dry. But you're sitting in your office in your air condition and you have a glass of water in front of you, still your brain says, oh my God, thirst. This is how we fool the brain. This is the art of storytelling. This is the ability to actually not just engage with your audience, but really control your audience to the point when you tell them, you want to invest in me, and they invest in you. Just like that. This is the art of storytelling. This is how you connect emotion, the emotions, let's say, with the thought, with the reality. Again, it's an art. So when we tell about the problem, we need to have a very good story. And it needs to be our story. And it needs to come from personal experience. It doesn't hold much. The glue is not tough enough, not hard enough when you tell someone else's story. You know, sometimes when the person who told us the story stands next to us and we want to tell it to a third person, we start and we say, you know what, you tell it better. You tell it. It's because the person who has gone through the experience adds something, some flavor, some spice in the face, in the eyes, in the body movement. This is, and by the way, It's again a spoiler I'm doing to my, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I'm just bringing it up from your toe down there to your conscience up here. This is what I'm doing, okay? We are now about in the knee right now. We got to the knee. Stay with me. We will get to the head. Don't worry. Okay, so then after the problem, you go for the solution. Again, I want solution. You understand then when you present the problem, the solution needs to answer the problem. The solution cannot create a new problem. Needs to relate. You know what is a volley? When you pitch the ball high, a volley, this is what you do. You're building up the attention, and then you whoosh with the solution. 5 minutes, 45 seconds problem, a minute and a half about the solution. Now test me. Test me and you will find that startup founders presenting their startups will speak about the solution about 20 seconds. They will speak about the problem for more than a minute. With the opening statement, they go 1.5 minutes ending the problem, 20-second solution. Well, again, a spoiler. We, your audience, came to the room to listen to your solution. We didn't come for the problem. We know the problem. This is why we're here. We don't want to talk about the money because we look at you and say, oh my God, he's going to ask me for money. What do I do? So embarrassing. So we are left with actually hearing your solution and maybe getting convinced, wow, that's really smart. And by the way, if you do the presentation and the impression of your audience is that, wow, it's really a great solution, but this person is a clown. He will never deliver the solution. Doesn't work for you. Or the other way around. Wow, this person is such a genius. I don't believe he's showing this rubbish. This is too big of a dissonance. We don't want this. It needs to be closer. Okay? So just to say, if you have a stupid idea, please act stupid. It's better. Don't make the dissonance too big. But you're not. I'm just saying. Other people, the ones that are not here with us, they're the problem, not us. We are here. We came here today. Okay. So we speak about the solution. Solution needs to be very focused. Your entire presentation, although it's a storytelling, is not really a story. You don't go from outside of your acting. You are acting all the time. You're inside the square. You're inside the zone. You are Neo. You are dodging bullets right now. You're in the matrix. You control the audience. How do I know? It's because everyone is looking at you. When do they stop looking at you? When you say, it's not serious. Oh my God. You want to show me? I will show you an example. I have a great solution to tell you about. So the problem my startup is trying to solve is that people like to drive from one point to another, and they need a map. But I want to help them and also show them traffic jams. So my solution is a navigation app. By this second, your brain, as the audience says, Waze, Google Map, wait, and you start breathing very heavily because you're saying to yourself, oh my God, I don't believe the person doesn't know there is Waze and Google Map. And you are so embarrassed for this person. The first thing that you do is you stuck your head in your phone and say, oh my God, let this end. Oh my God, I can't even look. Did you ever have this notion when someone was lecturing and you felt like, oh my God, I can't look? It's so embarrassing. But you're not the embarrassing person. The person on the stage is embarrassing. But he's so disconnected from whatever is going around him that you feel embarrassed. Yeah, so there is a way to puncture the balloon. You start and say, this is the problem. And when everyone waits, when the solution will start with the word ways, you say, well, my solution is, and you look at the faces and you take a breath and you go, relax. Of course, I know there is Waze and Google Map. Relax. This is when people say to the person beside them, hey, shut the fuck up. I want to listen to this person. He's very interesting. So it means that this guy knows there is Waze and Google Map, but still He wants to show me something different. Oh my God, I need to listen to this. This is how you do it. You play with the audience as you play with your voice. You don't go, the problem is, and people, impossible. You need to bring yourself there. I don't say start singing, although I had one entrepreneur in my last batch who came for the demo day, and she just sang for 3.5 minutes. That was her presentation. When you start singing to a bunch of investors, all men, they want to die. They want the earth to open and swallow them live. She didn't mind. She sang. It's all recorded, by the way. She didn't make it to the Eurovision, but she's still trying. What I'm saying is, be different, but not extremely different. In this case, I think it was amazing. I mean, the fact that she dared so much to do it, I think she's brilliant. She has a great startup, by the way. It's a real startup. It's not about the singing, but the way that you wanted to convey it, it was like that. It was too much, I think, maybe, for some of them. So, going problem, going solution. Well, we have about 2 minutes behind us. Now, we want to speak about our target market. Now, I want to say something about target market, and please listen well. When you say to me, listen, so give me one, anyone, just tell me quickly one example of a startup that is here. Go unmute and say my startup is about this. Just give me a sentence. Be with me. Hey guys, wake up. Don't be European on me. Open your mic. Yeah.
Startup is about smart wheelchairs for disabled people.
Great. Who is your target market?
It's elderly audience and people who want who have an ability to buy electric wheelchair, but want to make it more smarter.
So you are selling directly to the customer who needs it, or to a business that sells it for you?
We have a couple of business plans, and
no, don't get me angry. Let's just say I have one business model. Don't start with me. You know, when I hear doubles, it doesn't in my throat. No good. Yeah. So you have a business model which is B2C, B2B. Doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. How big is your target market? How big is the market? How did you calculate the size of the? Doesn't matter the numbers. Just how did you calculate it?
We know that amount of electric wheelchairs that are produced yearly. So we can measure an amount which we can transform. Yeah.
Great. Stop here, and now I will relate. It's a bit of a challenge, but I will relate. I would assume that you are not making the ordinary wheelchair. Maybe you have some electricity inside. Maybe it helps people to stand up. Maybe it transmits. Maybe it does something with their weight. Something needs to be, I would assume. Otherwise, you're doing regular wheelchair. Where's the kick here? What's the interesting part? So I'm just guessing, okay? The fact that you took the number of wheelchairs manufactured and you said, this is my target market or my potential market, as you understand now already, is wrong. Why? Because your market segment would be for people that what you manufactured is relevant on the side of, let's say, the electronics. Second, probably your price is higher than the regular wheelchair, again, because it's more sophisticated, it's more clever. So the fact that the amount of the regulars that are paying is, again, not your market. Your market is the higher level, the premium of the wheelchairs. Then tell me how many premium wheelchairs are, and probably, I'm just guessing, the number is much, not little, much smaller than the entire industry of wheelchairs. Thank you for this. This is what I want to say to you. When you think about the target market, it needs to be your target market, not the target market of the world. The fact that you have developed an app and 12 billion cell phones are out there, they're not your target market. My mother, okay, my Romanian mother, uses her phone, send and end. I'm saying send and end, although you don't have a send and end. Send and end. That's it. She's not your target market. She will never download your app. She still think I record on video cassettes. That's my mother. I mean, she's very aware that there's no cassettes, but it doesn't still stick here. So she will say, video this for me. This is people for you. She is not your target market. So we are going to speak about the target market. First of all, identify your target market. Then we have the customers and users. What is the difference between customers and users? I ask you to answer. Okay, we can sit like this. I can look at
Customers are the people who pays you the money.
And users?
Use your app. Like if a wheelchair, the handicap will use the.
But in this case, not a good example because he will pay probably also. So what we want to say is that customers are the ones paying us, and users, like we use WhatsApp and Skype, and you poor people who don't pay for Zoom. Like I pay for Zoom, so I'm a customer. Okay? But you guys, you use it for free for 40 minutes. By the way, Moti told me that if you're using it only as a pair, no limitation on time. Probably in your countries, there is no limitation anyway. In Israel, there is limitation. 3 people and up, 40 minutes is done. But again, this is the difference between user and customer. So when you present to me, you need to tell me who are the customers and who are the users. This is just to say, when I will ask you a business model, you will say, I'm a B2B. There's no business model B2B. I'm a B2C. So I'm a B2B to C to B to B to C to B. No, there's no business model like this. Oh, by the way, I'm smarter. I am freemium. It's not a business model. If you don't tell me what's your premium and how much, the way that you say to me freemium doesn't impress me. By the way, the fact that your potential market is 2 billion people doesn't impress me. And you look at me and say, how are you not impressed? I told you 2 billion. Yes, but you didn't tell me how you're going to reach the first one. So I'm not impressed. What, are you going to go door to door? Are you going to have a plane with a sleeve flying in the air? Are you going to recruit Leonardo DiCaprio to be your presenter? How are you going to reach the market? 2 billion. Wow. So, okay. You know how many started 2 billion I know that are gone? But they had 2 billion potential. Again, be realistic and be practical. This is how investors think. And this is how the rest of the audience who are not investors would like to think. And by the way, your audience, when I say investors, no, I say financials. Okay, it could be angel investors, it could be VCs, but it could also be corporates, CVCs. Okay, corporates also invest. Maybe in some of you, maybe with the wheelchair. Okay, I don't know. You will have a design partner, maybe a big brand that says to you, "Wow, your idea is great. Let us help you with designing and building and developing and investment and everything, but we will buy from you for a small price because we are design partners." Okay, these are all money. I'm not mentioning banks. I'm not mentioning banks because none of you will go to the bank and take a loan. Why? Simple. You will tell me, Tal, to the loan we need to the bank we need to return the money. Investor, we can spend his money. Really? Oh, really? Show me an investor who will give you the money when you tell him this. Hey, I don't need to return your money. You're an investor. You take risk. Really? I will take your car and your home. Don't be mistaken here. There are no fools. No fools. Nothing comes easy. For sure, not money. Be realistic here. Okay? I'm going to take 5 minutes and that's it. I'm going to run on the slides. Problem, solution, target market. Next would be Let's go for business model very quickly. Okay, business model equals how we're going to earn money. Other words, how you're going to return my money back to me, says the investor. This is the business model. Easy. How am I going to earn my money? Needs to make sense, and you need to know all the details. Then you speak about competition. Not everyone needs to speak about competition. Me, myself, I don't like the slide competition. If I need to show it, 5 seconds. What do you do wrong? I'll tell you. First of all, you put all yourself green V's. Wow, that's really smart. Because you're so humble. You're the ones. Number 2, some of you, for some reason, think that Google is a competition. Yes, Tal, we found the only thing that competes with us is Google. Really. You are competing with Google. You are competing with Tesla, with IBM. Yeah, what to do? Well, they got Watson, I got Schmotson, so they're the only competition. Newsflash, you are no competition to those names. None whatsoever. Zuckerberg wakes up in the morning, calls his 500,000 workers, tell them, you see this person? He says to me, well, everyone stop working. To now is 9 in the morning. No, 9, 11. He doesn't wake up before 11. Now is 11. I go home at 3 p.m. You have 4 hours. I want it working. Do you think he can make it? I have a kind of a feeling he can. So you're not competition to Facebook. You want to believe me? Believe me. You don't have to. So we're gone with competition. Let's talk a little bit about go-to-market. Go-to-market starts from the second that, hey, we're ready with the app. So did you prepare to go out to the market? No, we were very busy with development. Okay, so now you're going to start, you're already late. Every second that your app is ready is a wasted minute. It's not in the market. 2, it doesn't need to be 100%. It doesn't even have to be 80%. It just needs to be there. I don't care if you build it from Spit and Fimo together. It needs to be out. You need to validate. And validation is not done by your parents, or your friends, or your boyfriends, or your girlfriends, or your wives, or your husbands. It's done by the audience, but by your target market users out there, the ones that don't know you, the ones who don't care. Do you think I will go to my mother and say, hey, mom, that's my startup? She will go, oh, my God. You look at my dad and say, he's so stupid. How do you do that? Do you think this will happen? She will look at me like a god. You see, she will tell my father, my genes. This is why he's smart. My genes, not yours. And I can show her nothing. So you don't go to your friends and family. By the way, also, please don't take their money. But you don't go to them. Go to the audience where it's tough. And this is why you need to be quick. And then you say, hey, Tal, but we're not protected. Yes, you're all rocket scientists. What you're bringing to the world, oh my God, without you, the world will collapse and die. No. Yeah, but you know, they will see my invention and they will copy it. This happened one time in history. It was by Facebook, and even that was in Hollywood's movie. It never happened. You know how much energy it takes for you to listen to someone and take his idea, develop it by yourself, get it to the market, raise money on that, and then exit $500 million. The energy is bigger than the sun, I think. So relax. No one is going to steal your idea. You remember 96% is going to fail anyway. So why should you care? Don't wait. Go out. Take whatever you have in your mind, put it together, and get it out to the market. Let people test it. Learn Lean Startup. Listen to Eric Rice. Listen to what he says. Should I have not made 400,000 lines of code and just sit at home, drink coffee, go out and ask a few people, would you use my app? And find out no one needs it. No one needs it. Why spend so much time and effort and someone else's money? So this, okay, we said your business model. We said your competition. We're talking about how you're going to get to the market. Then comes the team. My problem with the team is, first of all, either you have those funny pictures of your anniversary with a suit and tie, not relevant, or the ones from where you went to India to smoke a bit and you came up with those weird hair and earrings and all this weird stuff. No need for those photos. It's not even funny. Okay? The ones on the bench, not funny. Put a good photo under it. Titles. No two CEOs. Not even a co-CEO. There is a CEO and there is someone else. And by the way, if you are two people with a presentation, you don't have a CMO, a CFO, and someone in charge of the cars of the company, which you don't have even. Not relevant. Two people. CEO and a CTO, which is not exactly even a CTO. He is a person who has a few hours for you to do something with I don't know, weeks or so, I don't know, whatever. But this is what we need to show. We need to show the relevancy to the project. We need to show that those two people don't have anything in common, but they understand the problem and they can develop the solution. And then comes the slide of your current status, like where you are right now. And I mean, the fact that you came up together as a team is not a milestone that we need to celebrate. The fact that you have a business plan, which is all a bunch of lies, we don't need. Why would you have a business plan? You don't know your business. How can you have a business plan? Oh my God. You have not validated your problem, your solution. You didn't speak to the market and you have a business plan and you show me P&L, profit and loss, and your cash flow. Cash flow of what? You don't have a dime to your name. What cash flow? Who do you think believes all this? No one. So I'm not saying break out of the frame and go crazy. I'm saying be realistic. Your business plan currently is the last thing that we need. And again, I remind you, aliba de mi, according to me. This is me telling you this. Go on YouTube, maybe we will find 1 million other people smarter than me saying you must have a business plan. I don't think you need it. It's a waste of time. It's a bunch of lies, not relevant. And every investor smells it 1 billion kilometers away. You give me, I have not read to my name one business plan in my life. One. I couldn't go over first page. I stopped trying. Now you don't have to believe me. Maybe you can ask Moti. But this is how it is. Okay? So we speak about the team and we get to the part where we are all about the status, and then we are all waiting to hear why are we in the room? What are you looking for? By the way, if you have a presentation, you're not entitled to raise money. It's not even funny. If you have nothing to show for your name but a presentation, how dare you ask for money? Again, validate. If you did not develop even the smallest MVP, went out to the market and tried to see if someone needs it. So you know what's the answer you tell me? Of course, I'm rich as an angel investor, so I see startups and they say to me, listen, we will launch the MVP in 2 weeks. Why are you here? Well, do you think I will hear that you're about to launch in 2 weeks and I will give you the money now? How about coming 2 weeks after you launched and give me some facts? Why I'm paying your salaries? Why I'm the welfare of who am I? Show me something. So listen to when you speak, what you say, what your mouth is saying. Sometimes your mouth runs and doesn't listen to this box. They're not synchronized. Synchronize them. You don't raise money right now. You validate. When you come back and you say, hey, we have validated. We have this list of people tried it. We have this cooperation, which is a potential. I'm saying honest, is potential. It might be, might not, but I spoke to them. And by the way, the fact that you have sent your email to Microsoft, even if they never answered, is good enough to say, I'm in touch with Microsoft. I'm recorded, right? So you can listen to this again. It's good enough. It's because we as startups, we are selling dreams. This is what we do. It's a lot about our intention to do if you give me $1 million. By the way, you will sell everything you have just to get this $1 million. And this is where you go wrong. This is where the investors play with you. They say, wow, very interesting. Will you also do that? Yes, and this, yes, and this, of course. When will you do it? Tomorrow. And this I've done yesterday. They say to you, take a breath, go out, think, come back. It's because now you were tricked to the simplest trick of telling you, of testing you, how focused you are. The right answer is, thank you for this. This we will do second stage. Currently, we are validating. Your money will go to do this. We cannot take it the next step. Thank you for your offer. It's not that we did not think about it, but it's plan B. It comes after. Don't say to them, oh my God, what a great idea, because they will say, give me equity on this. Don't be stupid. But say, yes, we thought about it. It will come in the future. And by the way, respect your investors. Respect them. Don't worship them. Respect them. And by respecting them, it means that if you promise them something, you deliver. When you finish a meeting on Zoom with me and we agree, you will send me a summary. Send me a summary. No, don't stand up and even take a glass of water. Do the summary and send it. If for some reason you're not going to send it tomorrow, we did not even speak when you're going to send it to me. Understand that to show me you're in the business, to show me you're serious, to show me a sense of urgency, you send it right away. And you don't wait. And you say, I send it, that's it. You wait. You wait 2 days. What up? Excuse me, sir, what up? Anything, any feedback? It's very important. And by the way, in your summary, you don't tell me what to do. You don't write responsibility. So Tal will do this, we will do this. No. You don't tell me what to do. You can offer, but you can say what you're going to do. And you're going to stick to your word. And this, in a nutshell, very quickly in 1 hour, is some of the philosophy, some of the sacred Bible, the New Testament, or the Torah, the Bible that we use. Okay? Finished all this, and we're good. If you came out alive from all this, you're good. And by the way, you don't need a presentation. I think I showed you. You don't need a presentation. A little about the faces that you do when you speak and you turn to another slide and you come to the, I don't know, business plan. Don't go, okay, business plan. No. Don't sigh. Don't show me that you're doing me a favor, that you don't want to be in the room, but I make you be in the room and tell me stories. I don't need you to read me screens or slides. Be engaged. You don't see me wanting to ask a question and you tell me, please, sir, if you can wait, I have 2 more slides, then ask me. Are you managing me? I'm the investor. I do whatever I want. You listen to me. You did not come to spit your presentation at me. I don't need it. I need you to listen. And when an investor or anyone in your audience starts speaking, hush. Hush. Listen. Don't be Israelis. We don't speak. We don't stop talking. But we are a very successful startup nation. You guys need to listen. Shush. And say and help. Help the investor give you more information, because this is the money time. This is where you learn how engaged he is. This is where you learn what makes him tick, what he likes about you, what he likes about your presentation, what he likes about your product, about your business model, or he wants to offer what he thinks about it in a way that he tells you between the lines, maybe think about changing it a little bit towards me and you're getting the money. But no, you are too concentrated on your presentation because it's there behind you. And it will be very insulted if you will not get to the last slide of thank you. Don't get your presentation out. Clear enough? Good. So now we have 25 minutes. I would like to see 2 presentations, the ones who dare to do it right now. I can promise you, don't worry, I will not be nice, but at least try. Who wants to go first? Who wants to take the plunge? Who is going to jump to the cold, icy water? Who wants to be shown all over the internet? You see, you're too polite. Moti, relax. Please go ahead, open your mic, put your presentation in front of me. You can present and let's go.
So, thank you for the possibility. We are phonic chat with. I'm sorry, but.
By the way, I shared with you my details, I'm not on Tinder or Grindr, but everything else is there. So you can really get connected in my mail. So feel free. Yes, please.
Okay. So
how do I say your name?
My name is Kinga Tamás. Kinga. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Good. Okay, go ahead, Kinga, please.
So we are from Phonic Chat. I have a team member right in the Zoom with me. And
who is your team member? Where is it?
It's Dénes Pór.
Okay, I see him. Okay.
He is the tech guy. So what we do is a social music platform called Phonic Chat. And our mission is that we would like to give music status back as an experience for the musicians and the music producers. The problem is that we researched and we also experienced that the channels of the music consumption right now on the internet are rather passive, that they don't really get the potential of the social and the interactive potential of internet. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? We started up an own project 3 years ago. We gathered together in a very small co-working office and were interested in music as a hobby. And my teammate just made up a song, and I wrote a little lyrics for that, and we started up a social music project together and involved like 100 musicians into this project. And we found that there's no platform on the internet to produce a quick, how do you say that, like interesting social music project. There were no handy softwares and chat platforms that we could use, and it wasn't available in one platform. So we decided to come up with the idea to make such a platform that involves musicians and music producers and also fans, the users, closer to each other. So our solution is a new standard of multidimensional social music. That's what we are working at like for 3 years now. And right now we have just launched a pilot project, and it's called Art of Virus. It's a composing project that involves 300 musicians all over the world. They are composers from all over the place, like 36 countries. And they are working successfully together on our platform, composing the first international social music composer piece. It's called Art of Virus. So what we offer is like creating a launched social music project. Each musician can participate and upload their own track, like own instrument, and the crowd can interact about this social music composition.
Can you stop for a second? My understanding right now is that there are several things going on here. First of all, there is a platform, and the reason for the platform is for musicians with all the, let's say, the major players in creating such music. You say producer, now all get on a one platform. So for the first thing is to produce the music. Yeah. then it's also for the people who like to listen, the audience who like to listen to the music. They can come on board as well and listen to whatever was produced.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah. What I want to say is what I just conveyed to you in 10 seconds took you 3.5 minutes. So what I want to say again, it's not a competition between you and I, is that when you realize time is very expensive, and you, by the way, you heard this 30 seconds pitch, elevator pitch, you heard about it?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Let me put you at ease. None of you will get into an elevator with Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. It will never happen in your lifetime. Relax, okay? But could be you will have a one-time shot on talking to a person and having only 10 seconds to attract and for him to decide, interesting, I want to listen more, or oh my God, I can't bear it anymore. Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Please listen to what I said in the recording after. Just take this promo, because again, I'm just trying to teach right now. It is very important when you yourself, when you come from within the solution, you are the platform, you are the startup. For you, everything looks very, very important. It's like if I were to tell you to describe your startup in 4 pages and then come back to you and say, take the 4 pages, make it 3 lines. You will look and say, can't do it. Can't do it. What can I delete? Everything is important. But for me, not knowing anything about your platform, I will read. I will not go through 4 pages, but I can make it 3 lines. This is what I did just now. It's not a trick. It's the ability to synthesize, to take something which is like everything and make it short. So please do that. Please tell me, what is your current status? I understand the platform is already launched.
Yeah,
what's the business model? Right. Who is paying you?
Right now, it's a test project, so it's
okay.
It's not paid for yet.
But the plan is that
the plan is that we will sell B2B to ensembles around Europe. We already have connections with Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. We also have major.
I understand. Wait. For this to happen, meaning for any ensemble tomorrow morning, to take what you have right now and test it, is that possible?
Yeah.
Did you do it already?
As I mentioned, Art of Virus is already an actual project that we are piloting right now. We are in the process, and we are developing our system as the customer's needs. And it has been going on for 2 months. 2 months now. And the next step is to sell this the package for a big Hungarian organization who are just launching a composing project. So our next step is to sell.
I want to ask something. How was it done? How was it done in the time before Corona, when people can still meet? Is the fact that people could meet and now can't meet influences, affects? How? Tell me.
Like the musicians didn't really use the platform or weren't so interested in it, but right after the Corona.
Again, what you're saying is that before Corona, the way that this was done is that musicians came together to one place and did everything. Now you are light years ahead because of Corona, because now everything is digital. First of all, I'm saying this because it needs to be mentioned. The fact that Corona helped you and the fact that Corona is here to stay really upgrades you, enhances you. You're not speaking about dead people or infected people. What you're saying is that Corona tweaked, changed, twisted, pivoted a bit the world. And now we came with a solution, which is very relevant for nowadays, from now onwards, because we will probably be able to educate the market even better.
That's right. That's what we are doing right now.
Just to say more, is that now you are also showing that we are a global village. In effect, the musicians coming together will probably will in the past had to enforce them or make them come from different countries and meet. Now we meet from all over the world, no problem.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Any questions you have for me before we finish? Can I answer anything? You want to work with me offline? You want to anything from my experience?
Well, right now I'm a bit overwhelmed, but but I will find my way to ask you questions. I'm sorry,
I saw you were very you laughed a lot. You were a good audience for me. It was funny because
I was following you, and I was amazed, because it's like this is this straight communication. I really appreciate when somebody don't, you know. It was really helpful.
Be nice to you.
Yeah. It was really
like
helpful.
it is.
Yeah. So it was good for me and very useful. So
okay.
I already switched my slides in the presentation because of you, because you told me that like it's not necessary.
So when you get the feedback form, just put Tal 10. I'm just saying, just remember to mark me 10. Okay.
Okay.
Very, very happy. We need to bring him to Hungary, to Buda or Pest or both. I'm good with both.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate. Who else? Martin, you ready, buddy?
Yes, I can go.
You're only laughing all the time. I see.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's excellent actually what you are saying. You know, it would be hard to present after these two interesting speakers, you and the colleague from the
Kinga.
Yeah,
she's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're from where?
Czech Republic. It's Czech Republic. It's Prague.
Czech Republic.
Yes.
I was supposed to come to Czech Republic twice, but twice for some reason, I don't recall the name of the university. They found an excuse not to bring me because I'm very expensive. I'm just telling you. They said they need to take all the budget of the conference and pay me. I said, what do I care? Just pay me. They said, don't do too much.
Okay, but you are good, you know. So what we are doing, we actually start to work with the hospitals, with the doctors, to provide them with modern mobile applications, because we noticed that the doctors spend too much time with the computer, just, you know, looking at it, typing there all the information, and they need to spend the time with the patient, not with the computer.
I don't believe you. I need to tell you right now, I have a project like this in one of my accelerators, so I'm just telling you. Okay. Just know. I think you and this guy need to speak.
Yeah. And but we felt that this is too wide to you know, create a startup to bring the information to the doctors. So we focused on emergency services, because there is a lack of time. The doctors need to make the quick decisions. They need the information at the hand. They need to communicate with the other doctors, which today they are doing by calling each other. And if there is like 5 doctors participating on a complicated case, then it's, you know, like calling 5 doctors and the one gets delayed, so call the another one and these kind of things.
I see.
So we created some 2 components. The one is like the arrivals table, which informs the people in the emergency room about the arriving ambulances and the cases which are actually happening in the ambulances. And the other component is the mobile app, which allows to connect the doctors together on the particular case. So one doctor is starting the case, you know, he receives the information from the ambulance, and then he connects the other doctors, which he needs to help him on this particular patient.
So he like opens a kind of a session for the specific case, and he can invite whomever he thinks is relevant.
Exactly.
All the information is collected into one place.
Yes.
And then recorded also in the one place. Absolutely.
And you can actually make calls, like the normal calls. You have the phone number list of the doctors which are inside this this place. So you don't need to type the chat messages or whatever. You just you know, can make a call and talk with them, but you have them all on the same place with the essential information in this place.
I thought it's called WhatsApp.
WhatsApp? It's basically like that. But it complies to the medical rules. So it has special forms for information about the patient. It has a special form for the triage, for the getting the information about the health of the patient.
Okay.
And it has a kind of security backup. And, you know, if you do it on WhatsApp, you can accidentally add your wife to the discussion about some patient, you know,
Okay.
if she has a similar name.
So you say it's a kind of an isolated network.
Absolutely.
Where only the people who can and allowed and supposed to be on board are the ones that can come. Okay, in what status is it right now? Is it deployed already, being used?
Oh, we actually have like 6 hospitals which are interested to join the pilot.
So the pilot is ongoing already. Yes, the pilot is ready.
Could be started after the vacations. Now it's a period of the vacations, and the critical doctors want to be on a site when this will be piloted. But technically,
vacations. There is Corona. Who is on vacation?
The doctors. I've personally talked to one of them.
Really?
Yeah. But we actually can start in 1 month. We can start, and only one hospital has a problem starting in the middle of vacation. So perhaps we will start in this 1 month.
Tell me, the forms that you mentioned, are they specific to Czech Republic, or they are all over the world? Those forms. How will you scale up? How will you scale up out of Czech Republic?
We actually feel that we can scale up to Europe. We are not sure about the rest, not because of the forms. There are some, you know, generic medical principles like So the form, for example, the Glasgow form, which is telling you what is happening with the patient in the ambulance, is a similar everywhere.
I see.
But there are some regulations, and the Czech Republic and most of the European healthcare systems are kind of more cooperative, let's say, than the American, for example.
I see.
So we have these, you know, 12 regional emergency transport centers in Czech Republic, and we're talking to them, which is easier than, you know, to go one by one. And
how did you secure the information, like cyber-wise? How are you secured?
It's 3 principles. The one is, you know, in the device, you actually have everything encrypted with the key, which is unique to the device. So if you steal the key, you can steal only the information from the one device. But the key is hidden, of course, you know, but hackers are good, so they can do that. The other thing is, after 48 hours after the urgent case is ended, the information is deleted from the device because the doctor doesn't need it there. It's even deleted from the server because the server doesn't need the information which the doctor needs, but it's kept in the secure backup for the audit purpose.
I see. What's your business model? How are you going to earn money?
It's hard because the healthcare system...
Raising money is, I mean...
We believe if we do it properly, at some moment we start to save time and people inside the hospital, so-called coordinators, which are today, at least in Czech Republic, there. So we will ask the hospital for the fee, depends on the size of the hospital.
So you will replace the coordinator or help them or be more efficient?
Help them to be more efficient. I believe in healthcare people cannot be, you know, simply replaced.
What is the KPI of success? How can anyone determine if your project is successful? How can you determine the success?
For me, it will be, because we are doing it most likely to improve the care rather than make a lot of money, which is bad, you know, from the investor perspective. But
you know me. You need to make a lot of money. Don't say again.
Absolutely. But I said it because the KPI which now we have is actually to be able to improve the efficiency of the intensive care units for the cardio. And measure it, because you can measure it on the 5 hospitals and you can say we saved this many lives by improving this time. But of course, after this goes the second goal, which is to make the money. And I feel we should be able to expand outside the Czech Republic. For me, it will be enough. But for my colleague, which is not here presenting, it will not be enough. He has to make a lot of money. So there is another KPI, but I can tell you right now.
Yes, a lot of money is good. Okay. So can I, do you want to ask me anything specific, or
no,
you want to speak to me after?
It was excellent what you said. Actually, when you were talking about the slides, I made the slides the same time, but I decided to don't present it because it makes sense. No, it was easier this way.
Yes.
I would like to hear your feedback to my slides. Not now, not
after, no
immediately
problem.
after this, but maybe the next week or during a couple of few days, because I'm leaving for a meeting just right after this. I would like to send you the slides and discuss it with them, how to improve them, get the feedback.
Sure,
Makes
sure,
sense?
Definitely. I say to all of you. So Martin, thank you so much. Very interesting. I will like to hear more. I'm very much connected to many health projects. First of all, because I have the first women's digital health hub in Israel. It's called Eve Femtech Hub. Femtech stands for Feminine Technologies. Yeah, so I know a lot now about women's parts. Really exciting. My day is exciting. Half of it I hear about drones and things that kill, and other things that bring life. It's very diverse, my day. So please reach out to me. And yeah, so now I want to say like closing words to everyone. Again, really seriously now, no jokes. I really thank you for the time. First of all, for the embassy, Tal, for giving me this opportunity, Emil, to share my experience and knowledge. My wife says I need to go to a shrink, but when I speak to you guys, I get all my aggressiveness out on you and I stay relaxed. So for my family, it's fine for me to have a lot, and you can follow me and you can see I'm doing like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 webinars a week in different countries. Usually I used to travel between the countries every 2-3 weeks. Now I travel by Zoom. That's my vehicle right now. So you can find me in Ukraine next week. You will find me in Ukraine. You will find me in Poland again. You will find me a lot in India, Georgia, Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan. I'm all over the place, especially Eastern Europe in general, just to say. Those of you who want to invite me, don't. I can't fly anyway, so I'm restricted. So don't invite me. But remember, when Corona is over, I will come and visit. I do welcome you to reach out to me with questions. I don't read long emails because I don't read the English anyway, so please don't write a lot. It's better for you to try and schedule a Zoom call with me or a WhatsApp call with me. It's easier. Anyway, get me on WhatsApp if you want. It's the easiest way. I'm available 24/7 to all my startups, and I will for sure like to hear and challenge you. I'm saying from the beginning, I'm not nice. You need to take this as consideration. There will be tears and crying and anger, but I think it can also help you. So what you see is what you get, just to be clear. So thank you for joining me, for taking the time. I would love to have a photo with you. All those snobs, please open your cameras just to have one final pictures with me. I'm more famous than DiCaprio. So if you will take a picture with me, you will be all over the internet in a bit of a sec. Yeah, just get into the light and come closer to the screen where the rest of humanity will see you. The ones who are not here, how do we persuade them? What to do? I don't know. Maybe send the Mossad over or something. Hello.
I have one question from Facebook. It's an interesting one. I think you might like it. Can I?
Please.
We have one person, Claudia Ciszewska, that asked, I would like to ask for advices for introverts who want to run a startup in the future. How to manage with storytelling and self-presentation. I think
introverts?
Yes.
Tell me what it means.
Introverts, people that have problems with speaking out loud, speaking in public, and are not the the people per people. And
first of all, I don't think it's a problem. You should turn this, if you call it a problem, you should turn this into a strength. First of all, I shout a lot. I come with all my, you know, my motivation and pathos and all. I go all in. Again, for me, it's an exercise. I breathe better, you know. For other people, if you speak quiet, people hush and they listen to you. This is the way to make the people listen to you. It's a good thing. First. Second, we are not copy exactly. I mean, we're not copy paste people. Everyone has his shtick, as we say. He's something that is special for him. Use the one. I mean, get something which makes you noticeable. Yes, we are competing for attention, you know. And in your countries, maybe we are also competing for money. This is why you need to come to Israel. Here, there are tons of money, mountains of money. All the money you need in the world is concentrated in Israel. Come and visit us. Really, feel free. We will host you. Wherever you will throw a stone, you will hit a startup, an angel investor, an accelerator, a scalerator, incubator. This is Israel. You speak to my kid, she's 9. When she sees something new, she doesn't go, hey, Dad, that's new. She says, hey, Dad, that's a startup. Everything here is about startup. Everyone knows the language. So come to Israel. Spend your money in our economy. Don't bring me over to spend mine there, unless I take your money with me, which is fine. So I'm saying, if you have something that you notice, you want to change, just train on it. I don't do private courses, okay? But again, if you guys as a group decide that you want a little bit more of my time, yes, you want me to challenge you more, to hit you more on the head, I would love to do that. But it needs to come from you, not from the embassy. Embassy has done its part, okay? Let's see you push it. And since I know you will not push it, I have all the time in the world for you, okay? I'm calling you to call me because you will never call me, which is again fine, but I'm giving you the option. You want to get things done, you get them done. You're introvert, you want to speak a different way, great. Talk to someone who can help you. Talk to someone who challenge you. Talk to those people who are not just, you know, occupied with being nice to you, but being very direct and speaking to your face and mean what they say. And just one more thing, they take responsibility to what they say. They are not consultant who tells you pivot, and when you pivot and it doesn't work, they go, well, we tried. This is not responsibility. Responsibility is I'm on board, and I cannot count the number of startups I'm on board with. So yes, you have my details in the chat. Emil, if you want to share them on Facebook, go right ahead. My email is there. You become my friend on LinkedIn. All my details are there. Just type my name on internet, Google. Uncle Google will tell you everything about me. It's there. Use it. Again, since I know you will not use it, I don't care telling you. Let's see. I swear I will tell. I will report to the embassy, whomever called me. So we have a picture now.
We can have the picture now, yes.
Tal, I need some more light on you. You're too dark.
It won't work. I'm in Poland. We sit in the dark now.
I see. So just fix your hair, come closer to the camera, smile in 3.
I just want to say thank you. You were amazing. I think everyone enjoyed, and here they're even opening their cameras. This was great. You can rewatch it if you would like on our Facebook. Tal will join our Slack and you can bother him there. And once we have flights again, I think we'll bring Tal over. So be prepared.
Yeah, sure. By the way, I'm like also a DJ if you want. I do parties, I do weddings, whatever you need. Just, you know, call Tal. Tal will come. Okay, 3, 2, 1, smile. When you drive, look forward. Look straight ahead. Perfect. We are done. Bye, everyone. Shalom.
Thank you very much for listening.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Shalom,
See you next
shalom,
week.
Shalom. Tal, המון תודה. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
thank you.